she would be receiving a medal from that and a trophy, but for those of you who know Praise, you know how dedicated she is to anything that she's doing when she's playing sports. 100% is there, and both Dr. Steve and I, when we were thinking about who should be our MVP, it was pretty clear who that would be going to, because again, she's a player that we can put anywhere, with the exception of goalie, and be able to get the job done. So she has done defense, she has done offense, and she is a wonderful player. The next one will be going to our captains. If I could have both Cece and Yeli come on up. These captains are great for a couple reasons. Number one, because they already know each other so well and they're able to work in unison together. And number two, because they've also both played soccer with me. And Cece has been someone who's been playing with me since 8th grade, something like that. Yeah, for a long time. It's been a very long time that she's been up with me. So I really appreciate having both of these ladies here as captains, be able to lead the team with maturity. I'm going to be really sad because they're both seniors, not to be able to see them continue to lead the team in the future. So thank you, captains. I'm about to call Cece back up here. Come on up, Cece. This next award is going to be going to Cece as the most assists in scoring goals. She's a player that leads by example, and this is also someone who is constantly playing offense. I have her playing as a striker, so having her in a position to constantly score is great, but what's awesome is that as a captain and as a striker, she's also very willing to give up the ball to others and be helping the team out as a whole to be able to win and play well together. So thank you, Cece, for doing that. This next one goes to the most goals scored, and we also call this our Offensive Player of the Year, and this does go to Jiwoo. She had over 20 goals, I believe, 22 goals this season alone. So that's quite a number for someone to have, especially since she just came on this year. She hadn't played with me for a few years, so it's great having her here. She's someone who has a lot of drive. If anyone has seen her run, she could probably beat about, I don't know, most of the boys on this team. Yeah. She's fast. She's wonderful. And she has the drive to be able to get things done. Thank you, Jiwoo. This next one is going to be going to Pear. Pear, will you please come on? We call this the Game Changer Award. And there's a very specific reason why she has this. Take care, Pear. Chick-High. She scores a wonderful goal off of an assist from Mint. And in order to celebrate, we try to come together with either a high five or a hug. We don't know, because they both went in with both of those in mind, and they both ended up on the ground after scoring this wonderful goal. It was a great thing to watch. It was hilarious to be able to see that. I wish Tommy had that on tape. We don't have it. And this was actually the clincher. So it's the goal that solidified us as the winners in the Chiang Mai tournament. It was really great to watch. Thank you, Ted. Our next award is also a trophy. Goes to Mimi as the Defensive Player of the Year. Come on up, Mimi. Now, she started playing last year. Mimi is, if I could say this without hurting anyone's feelings, one of my favorite players. Because she's someone who will be able to do anything that I ask her to do, and it's so wonderful. Then she'll come up and ask me later on, like, Miss Issa, what else can I be working on? Go this way. You look like you're going to leave. And she is very aggressive when she plays, which is something great for a coach to be able to see. She's someone who knows how to get in the way of the ball, especially when another player is driving into her. I've seen her knock down quite a few other teams. But all in all, she is a joy to watch, and it's incredible to see her progress. Last year, she was the most improved player, and it goes to show that she is continuing to improve, and she's really working at her craft as a soccer player because her skills are very apparent, and it shows as a defensive player. Thank you, Mimi. Our next award goes to Belle as our goalie. Come on up, Belle. What's great about Belle is I had her last year as an 8th grader, and she stepped into some pretty big shoes as a goalie coming in as an 8th grader, and she stayed as a 9th grader also playing with us, and she's someone who, when the time comes, she will talk. Now, as a coach, I'm like, Belle, I can never hear you. Why aren't you talking to your team? And then every once in a while, she'll be yelling really loud, like, whoa, she has a voice. And she knows how to be able to command her defense and tell them where to go and let them know where she's at as well. So it's wonderful having her as a goalie, especially continuing as goalie and improving what she does. Having someone 2 years in a row, we kind of struggled with that as a team. We often have seniors as goalies, and when they graduate, then another senior comes in. So having someone 2 years in a row and hopefully 3, 4, 5 years, then that would be an amazing thing. Thank you, Belle. The next one will be going to Mint. Can I have Mint come on up? She dressed just like her sister. I love it. This award is the Coach's Choice Award. Something that Dr. Steve and I were discussing, and what's wonderful about Mint is having her have this wonderful, joyous expression anytime she's playing. And you can see when she has the ball and she's driving it towards the goal, she plays offense too. And she gets excited about it. She's excited about being able to score. She's excited about being able to assist, which had that wonderful assist to Pear. And just seeing even their celebration afterwards, it shows how much she enjoys what she's doing. And it's a shame that we're going to be missing her because she's a senior this year and having her leave. But one other thing, last year when she was the MVP, I believe, last year, because she came with such tenacity and such joy and wanting to improve what she does. And I just want to mention that because this year it's the same exact thing. She comes on trying to do her best and trying to be playing to the best of her ability for the benefit of the team. And that's something that Dr. Steve and I really admire, and we enjoy watching you play. Thank you, Mint. The last award goes to Praise. Again, she is not here. Oh, I must have skipped one. Okay. The one about Praise is for the Player's Choice Award. This is something that they were able to vote on and choose, and they chose Praise as the player that they thought deserved this award. It's a shame that she is not here right now. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, you're right, I deceived it. Okay, this next award is for the best goal that we saw, and I'm going to call Jiwoo up here. Come on out, Jiwoo. She gets this award. We don't remember which game, and that's a problem. But Dr. Steve and I both recollect specifically when she was scoring off of a corner kick, I believe from Cece. She got it on a header, and it was a beautiful thing to watch. ASB. Okay. It was against ASB. And just watching her come in and drive in like a pro, it was so awesome. Before you know it, like, you see it coming in, a beautiful chip, and then bam, it's in the net. You don't see that very often, and I love being able to watch someone who is able to score off a header. It's something that some of our girls struggle with, is heading the ball, and for her to do it off of a corner into a goal was a beautiful thing. Thank you, Jiwoo. I just wanted to say a couple more things as I'm wrapping up. I know we have a long list for the boys teams as well because we have two. But as a coach, this was a great team to be able to coach. We had 7 seniors total, I think including Shasha. And That is the largest group of seniors I've ever coached at one time. It's always been 2 or 3, which is kind of manageable, but seeing that many players who have stuck with the program and are now graduating and are leaving ICS, it's kind of sad, because that just means that we have such a big gap to fill. Now the other thing is we have a lot of freshmen and a lot of younger students, a couple 8th graders who are on the team, and they started actually as 7th graders. So to see them and know that they have a lot to fill in for these seniors that are going to be moving on is a wonderful thing to be able to see. And I really hope that our underclassmen will be sticking with the program. And it's great that this is going to be the last team that I was able to coach and be able to kind of graduate with them and move on from the program. And I just want to thank you girls. This has been a wonderful season. It's been wonderful to watch many of you as you progressed, seeing you from years ago, and Cece's been with me the longest, and having some of these other girls who joined even as juniors and continue to play and be able to leave with all of these seniors is a wonderful thing. So thank you very much.
All right, boys, time to put cell phones away. They're going down. All right, it was an incredible year this year. First off, I want to thank my fellow coaches that helped me this year. We had great staff this year. I had Tim, who helped me. Tim Bummer helped me last year and the year before. It's been a big part of our program for the last 3 years. Esteban came on board last year and really helped out a lot and improved tremendously. He's got a really big passion for the game. And then Coach Mike is new this year to the program. He was here at ICS last year. But Coach Mike came in and really brought some more passion and love for the game to the squad and the staff here. Really, we work well together. The thing I like about our staff is that we don't always agree on everything, but that's okay. But we get along and we work things out. And so it's been fantastic to work with these guys. Tim the last 3 years, and Esteban the last 2, and Mike this year. And looking forward to more years together as we continue to grow as a program. This year, we had a lot of success. And so we'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to pass out the awards. So if you guys can help me. Coach Esteban, you get the left, you get this one. You get the last one. Yeah. We're going to start with the captain. Our captains. No, first is our manager. We had 2 managers this year. Tom is not here. Apparently he's picking up his cousin from the airport. I forgot to tell him, but that's okay. Tom and Tommy. Tommy, come on up. This young man here did an absolutely incredible job for me this year, for all of us here. He basically helped organize our entire soccer trip up to Chiang Mai. And then there's a lot of little details throughout the year that he helped me with that I didn't have to worry about. And he just did a fantastic job. I can't thank this guy enough. He had to fill some big shoes. Ken who left last year, graduated last year, did an excellent job with me for me as well. He not only filled them, he blew them out. Alright, so Tommy did a fantastic job. Thank you so much, Tommy. And then Calm also, he got us organized at the beginning of the year with our practice gear. With our practice gear and all our, a lot of our equipment that we had to start the year off, and that was, again, excellent job. Went above, both these guys went above and beyond what I needed them to do, and just did a great job. So, again, thank you. Captains, I had 2 captains this year, as per usual, Daniel Ono and Daniel Ha. I try to keep, every year I try to keep, so guys come on up, captains come on up. The senior captain and the junior captain, so that way as we transition into the next year, we have some leadership transition. And Daniel and Daniel did a great job this year in leading the team. I just know that they brought to me issues that if I needed to talk about something, Daniel talked to me a couple times on a couple different things about some things that needed to be adjusted, and to see his growth as a leader was incredible, and to see Daniel grow into the role as a leader is incredible. From the goalkeeper position, he needs to be a leader on the field. To see that growth throughout the season was really nice. So thank you guys, great job. Daniel, look forward to you next year as being the head captain. Our captain, we thought of it, and I'll make that announcement here right now. Our second captain for next year, our junior captain, is happy next year for captain. So he's something that I'm looking for. So I look forward to a lot of good things from that next year as well. So thank you guys. Our MVP, we're going to start with the JV. This guy, he got the award in the chapel, so you all know who he is. Alex, come on up. This guy was a phenomenal defender. He's one of the guys on tryouts. Stay here, stay here. But in tryouts, you're like, man, all right, he's okay. We'll keep him on JV. And then as he got playing, we're like, we made a mistake. But at that point, it was too late to move him up to varsity. We already had the squad set for Isaac, and we knew, come 11-a-side, that we were going to need him up there. And he just did a fantastic job for us every 11-a-side match. Just did a great job defending, helped control that back line. Very timely tackles throughout the season. I mean, just crushed it on the skills in JV. And so just did a fantastic job. So for JV MVP, it's Alex. And on varsity, this guy has been our top scorer. Happy, come on up. He's been our top scorer the last 2 years. This is the first year since he's been playing for us that he hasn't been our top scorer. But he led the team on and off the field. And one of the big reasons that he's getting this award this year is because of his leadership and the way he changed from last year to this year. And the biggest step that I saw in that leadership was at Isaac. And Ye-chan had fouled the guy and gotten upset. He started talking to him. And what Happy did, Happy came over and grabbed Ye-chan and pulled him away. Then subsequently got a yellow card and a second yellow card and a red card, which was ridiculous. But the first step there, by the way, the red card was not deserved. But the first step, when he came over and pulled Ye-chan away and tried to break it up and separate it from the incident, that's the leadership that we're looking for. And that's what we like to see. And that just carried on throughout the season. Is he a feisty player? Yes. Is he a fiery player? Yes. That's what we want. But we also want the leadership where he can get into a situation and calm things down. That's what we saw. Great job. All right, most improved player for JV. This guy got the award in chapel as well. Ern, come on up. Ern played with us last year, and just the way he improved this year, he He was very consistent and steady throughout the year. He started, I think after the first couple of games, he just started on the rest of the season. And did a great job, was third on the team in goals, and scored some timely ones. And just did a great job out there and improved a lot. We're looking forward to more of that next year. So great job, thanks. And most improved for varsity, Coleman, come on up. At the end of the year last year, I talked to Coleman and I said, Coleman, you might want to consider a position switch. Because he's fast, he's physical, he's strong, he's not getting knocked off the ball. And I thought those attributes fitted him better as a defender than as a forward. And so he was willing to do it. And he came in to tryouts and training and just fit right in that spot. It was almost natural for him. And as we progressed through the season, got better and better at the position, and then became a stalwart back there. When we got to, especially to the Lebanon side, he was it was really enlightening at the ISB tournament when he owned the right side of defense against the ISB team that first night. And they're like, whoa, that's what we like to see. And that right there was like, that's the Coleman we want on the field every time. And that's what he brought every time on the pitch. He just did a great job from start to finish, and then was one of our top defenders up there in Chiang Mai for the end of the season. And it was just fantastic to see. So great job, Coleman. All right, JV Defender of the Year. I put the wrong name on the certificate. My bad. I'll print you a new one. All right, Defender of the Year. This guy started slow a little bit the year, but then he really improved and just got better and better as the year went on. And I look forward to a lot of big things from him coming forward. This is for JV. And I could give it to Alex, but I'm not, because Alex got the MVP for JV, and Alex is going to continue to get better. But this guy also improved a lot this year. And so for our Defender of the Year for JV is Marche. I will give him his certificate later. Sorry, Marche. All right, this guy, Defender of the Year for varsity, Danny. Come on up. He's been a fantastic player all 4 years. He started out on JV and then moved to right back when we went up to Chiang Mai 2 years ago, and just kind of owned that position up there when we won the ACSC tournament. And then just the last couple of years, he just really grown into the role. And this year led the team in steals, broke the school record for steals in a career, is now the all-time leader in career steals, passing Sung Woo. And so just did a fantastic job over the course of his career here, and I'm really going to miss this guy. He partnered extremely well with Alex and Coke and Coleman in the 11-a-side tournament, and just did a great job. And so we're really sad to see him go, excited for what he has in the future, but going to miss this guy because he's a great defender. So thanks a lot. Next one for our JV Golden Boot Award. Golden Boot means the person with the most goals over the course of the season. This was easy because nobody else was even close. Golden Boot for JV was Jingjo. He had 24 goals in the season this year. So not only did he crush, he was the highest goal scorer for either varsity or JV this year, and just did a fantastic job. Did a lot of dirty work out there on the field, and by that I mean just didn't even always score goals, but did a lot of hard work, offense and defense, and just did a great job overall this season. Really looking forward to seeing if he can move up next year to varsity. So, good job this year. mention one thing when Happy was up here. Happy this year also surpassed Sungwoo as our all-time leading goal scorer for ICS. So he's got, I think, 64 now in his career, and Sungwoo has 61. So looking forward for more goals from Happy this year. This year's Golden Boot goes to a senior. Alan, come on up. The biggest game that stands out in my mind for Alan was the ASB game, the second ASB game. We're at their place. We are down, I think, 3-1 or 4-1 or something like that, 3-1. And I put Alan in, and he basically said, "All right, guys, get on. Get on my back. I'm going to carry you." He proceeded to just dominate the ASB defense and scored a hat trick in that game. And then from that game was huge, because that's like, Alan, I've been telling you can do this your whole career. And it was like a light bulb went on in his head. And he just played, that was a great game. And the other game that really stands out in my mind for Alan is early on in the season that he didn't even score a goal in that game, but he created the tying goal that allowed us to finish third at the NIST tournament. When he goes into the box, Peter's dribbling the ball across the top of the penalty box, and Alan moves out of the way. 2 or 3 defenders, I can't remember how many, but 2 or 3 defenders went with Alan, and Peter scores the goal that ties it up, that put us that started us off on that tournament on a good foot. And so things like that, even though he didn't get the goal that game, it set up a goal. He assisted the goal without getting an assist, without scoring. And that's the kind of stuff that I love to see out of this guy. And I look forward to hearing more about you as we move on. Great job this year, Alan. Golden Glove, this is fairly easy because JV, there was 2 goalies on JV. This guy started every match, or all but one match. Played great. Has incredible reach. He's tall. I think he's taller than Tim. No? Come here, Pete. Come here, Pete. Come here. This guy just has a huge reach, and he makes saves that sometimes you think, oh, that's going in, and then he makes a save. Okay. All right. So I'm looking forward to seeing him continuing to improve and seeing what he can do next year. Thanks a lot. Great job, Pete. Come on up. This is an easy and a hard one. It's easy because he's your only goalkeeper on varsity. But also, he's one of our best keepers that we've had at ICS. Currently holds just about every record that we have in the goalkeeping department in career wins. Just blew that one out of the water. He's got 48 now as a goalkeeper. And so almost every record, career shutouts, single season shutouts, so clean sheets, so just everything. This guy's a fantastic keeper, and just a couple saves that stand out in my mind are in the championship game against Grace in Chiang Mai. He had 2 one-on-one breakaways, and neither one scored. And that just epitomizes his season. He just did a great job reading the game, got more vocal as the season went on, really started to lead from the back, and that's what we like to see out of our goalkeepers. So great job. All right, assists. This is the guys that help the people that score. JV, this guy, again, Sean, come on up. New student. Didn't know how to fit in. And man, he just did a great job on there in that field. Had 13 assists on JV, and looking forward again to what he can do in the big team next year if he can make it. So great job, Sean. Varsity assist leader. Again, Happy, come on up. Matthew's closing in on the career assist tally too, so he did a great job. He had 14 assists this year. It was good to see a very balanced player. Had 16 goals, 14 assists this year, and so very balanced in his abilities. And that's good to see. That's what you want out of one of your top players, being able to not only score goals but also pass the ball and help other people get their goals. So great job, Matthew.